Chapter 5: Coal and Petroleum. We will learn natural resources, fossil fuels, limitation of fossil fuels, conservation of natural resources. Try to answer. What are fossil fuels? Give examples. What are the main uses of fossil fuels? Natural resources. Natural resources are naturally occurring substances that are considered valuable in their relatively unmodified, natural form. Sunlight, air, water, soil, trees and forests, wildlife, coal, petroleum, natural gas and minerals are all natural resources. These natural resources are used to meet the needs of living things, including human beings. We get these natural resources from the solid part of the Earth's crust, the water bodies such as rivers, lakes, ponds and seas on the Earth, and the air surrounding the Earth. On the basis of the availability of natural resources, they are classified into two categories: exhaustible and inexhaustible. Inexhaustible natural resources. Inexhaustible natural resources are those natural resources that are present in unlimited quantity in nature. These resources are not likely to be exhausted or depleted by human activities. For example, sunlight and air. Exhaustible natural resources. Exhaustible natural resources are those resources that are limited in nature. They can get exhausted by human activities. For example, coal, petroleum, forest, minerals, etc. On the basis of the origin of resources, they can also be classified as biotic and abiotic. Biotic resources are derived from living organisms, example plants and animals. Abiotic resources are derived from the non-living world, example land, water, sunlight and air. Fossil fuels. Fossil fuels including coal, petroleum and natural gas are currently the world's primary energy sources. They are formed by the natural decomposition of buried dead plants and animals under extreme heat and pressure over millions of years. They are energy-rich, combustible forms of carbon or compounds of carbon. There are three major forms of fossil fuels: coal, petroleum or crude oil and natural gas. Coal. Coal is the world's most abundant fossil fuel. It is a hard, black-colored rock-like substance. It is made up of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen and varying amounts of sulfur. It is used both domestically, cooking, and industrially. It is now the largest source of fuel to generate electricity all over the world. Formation of coal. Coal was formed from the remains of plants that live in swampy forests of scale trees, giant ferns, horsetails, and club mosses over millions of years ago. Layer upon layer of these plants died and were compressed and then covered with soil. As the layers were successively covered, their access to the air was limited, and this stopped the full decomposition process, creating peat. Coal was formed due to the compression of the peat at high temperature and pressure. As coal was formed from the remains of vegetation, it is also called fossil fuel. Hence, the gradual process of conversion of dead vegetation into coal is called carbonization. The period during which this process of coal formation takes place is called Carboniferous Age. The carbon content of the coal rises as it is compressed further and the moisture content falls. When coal is heated in air, it burns and mainly produces carbon dioxide gas along with heat energy. C plus O2 gives CO2. Types of coal. Coal primarily contains carbon. Depending upon the varying percentage of carbon content, there are four main types of coal: peat, anthracite, bituminous and lignite. Peat. Peat is the mass of partially carbonized plant debris. It has 40 to 60% carbon content. It is used to improve soil and also as an industrial fuel. Lignite. Lignite is also known as brown coal. It is very soft and has the least heating value. It has 60 to 70% carbon content. It is used mainly for power generation and as an industrial fuel. Bituminous. Bituminous is intermediate in rank and sometimes called as soft coal. It is the most abundant kind of coal. It has 70 to 86% carbon content and is mainly used for power generation and manufacturing other fuels such as coke and coal tar. It is also known as black lignite. Anthracite. Anthracite is the highest quality of coal, which means that it has the highest heating value and highest carbon content, 90 to 96%. It is very hard, deep black and looks almost metallic because it is brilliantly glossy. It is used mainly for heating as a fossil fuel in steam engines and furnaces. Destructive distillation of coal. Coal contains many valuable organic compounds apart from carbon. When coal is heated without air, it does not burn but produces many byproducts. This process of heating coal to high temperature, about 1000 degrees Celsius, in the absence of air is called destructive distillation of coal. It is called destructive because the chemical composition of the end product is distinctly different from that of the input material. The main byproducts of this process are coke, coal tar, coal gas and ammoniacal liquor. Coke, it is almost a pure form of carbon. It is a hard, porous and black substance that is left behind as a residue when coal is subjected to destructive distillation. It is rough to touch and is used mainly in the extraction of metals and in the manufacturing of steel. It is also used as a fuel and is preferred over coal as it burns without smoke. Coal tar, it is a thick, black, highly viscous liquid with an unpleasant smell that is obtained as one of the byproducts while manufacturing coke. It is a variable mixture of many substances. It is used in the manufacturing of many products such as synthetic dyes, drugs, explosives, perfumes, plastics, paints, pesticides, disinfectants such as naphthalene balls, roofing materials and in the construction of roads as a primary material. Coal gas, it is also called as a town gas and is a mixture of hydrogen, methane, carbon monoxide and other gases. It is obtained during the processing of coal to get coke. It is an excellent fuel having high calorific values. Earlier, coal gas was used for lighting of street as it produces a luminous flame on burning. Nowadays, it is mainly used for heating purposes. Ammoniacal liquor, it is given off during the destructive distillation of coal. It is used for making fertilizers such as ammonium sulfate, ammonium supersulfate, etc. Activity. Aim: to demonstrate destructive distillation of coal in the laboratory. Materials required: 2 hard glass boiling tubes, 2 delivery tubes, water, coal powder and a burner. Procedure: take 2 hard glass boiling tubes A and B, put a small quantity of finely powdered coal in one of the boiling tubes, tube A, and fit it in the horizontal position as shown in the given figure. Take about 20 milliliters of water in tube B and fix it in the vertical position. Set up the apparatus as shown in the given figure. Heat the coal powder strongly in boiling tube A. When the coal is heated, it breaks up to produce coke, coal tar, ammoniacal liquor and coal gas. Observation: the following observations are made. Coal tar is collected as a dark viscous liquid at the bottom of the test tube B under water. Coal gas, being insoluble in water, escapes out through the side tube. It is a combustible gas. The ammonia produced is absorbed in the water, forming ammoniacal liquor, ammonium hydroxide. The black residue left in the boiling tube A is called coke. Petroleum. The word petroleum comes from the Latin words petra meaning rock and oleum meaning oil. Petroleum is naturally occurring inflammable liquid consisting of a complex mixture of hydrocarbons, compounds of carbon and hydrogen. The word petroleum is used for both naturally occurring crude oil and other petroleum products which are obtained after refining crude oil such as petrol, kerosene oil, diesel, etc. Petrol and diesel are highly used fuel today as these are used to run vehicles. Petroleum is also known as black gold because when crude oil is extracted from the land, it is black in color. People call it gold because of its high economic value. Do you know? The first oil well in the world was drilled in Pennsylvania, USA in the year 1859. In India, oil was first struck at Makum in Assam in 1867. In India, oil is obtained from the oil wells in Assam, Gujarat and Mumbai High and in the river basins of Godavari and Krishna. Formation of petroleum. Petroleum is formed by the decomposition of living organisms deep under the sea. When these living organisms died, they were dumped into sea floor, got buried and squeezed under the layers of sedimentary rocks. Over millions of years, absence of air, high temperature and high pressure transformed these remains into petroleum and natural gas. Since petroleum is the product of dead remains, so it is known as a fossil fuel. Extraction of petroleum. Petroleum and natural gas are extracted from the reservoir which is usually found deep inside the earth between the layers of impervious rocks mixed with water, sand and other compounds. They are obtained by drilling holes through the rocks. Such places where reservoirs of petroleum are found and extracted out by drilling holes are known as oil wells. The oldest and one of the largest oil well in India is in Digboi, Assam. Refining of petroleum. The petroleum that is extracted from the oil wells cannot be used directly because it is a very thick and waxy mixture. In this form, petroleum is a complex mixture of various hydrocarbons such as petroleum gas, petrol, diesel, lubricating oil, wax, etc. It also has an unpleasant odor. The process of separating crude oil into various usable constituents is known as refining of petroleum, and the various constituents obtained are called fractions. It is carried out in oil refineries. At the refinery, this crude oil mixture is separated or fractionated into different constituents by a process called fractional distillation. In this process, crude oil is introduced into a tall cylindrical column known as fractionating column. These columns have horizontal trays attached to them. The crude oil is heated up to about 400 degrees Celsius till it vaporizes. As the vapors of crude oil rise in the fractionating column, they begin to cool and condense into liquid form. The temperature of the column varies from 400 degrees Celsius at the bottom to 25 degrees Celsius at the top. The different components of petroleum are condensed and separated at different heights in the fractionating column because they have different boiling points and get collected into separate trays. Remaining uncondensed petroleum passes out of the column. Thus, fractional distillation makes use of difference in boiling points to separate mixtures of a compound. Gases condense at the top of the column, liquids in the middle and solids stay at the bottom. The column is hot at the bottom and cool at the top. Substances with high boiling points condense at the bottom and substances with low boiling points condense at the top. Petroleum gases are at the topmost fraction, followed by petrol and kerosene. Diesel is the heaviest. The other heavier fractions are not useful and are usually used to make asphalt to paint the surface of the roads. The bottom two, lubricating oil, very viscous sticky, and bitumen, solid, are less inflammable and are not used as fuels. Bitumen is the residue of fractional distillation process. Constituents of petroleum and their uses. Constituents. Uses. Liquefied petroleum gas, LPG. Fuel for domestic food cooking. Petrol. Fuel for vehicles, electricity generators and solvent for dry cleaning. Diesel. Fuel for heavy motor vehicles and electric generators. Kerosene. Aviation fuel, solvent in paints, pesticide cleaners, fuel for stoves and lamps, etc. Paraffin wax. Used in candles, cosmetics, waistline, sealant for jars and bottles, ointments, etc. Bitumen, residue. Surfacing of roads and paints. Lubricating oil, paraffin wax. Lubrication of industrial machinery. Petrochemicals, chemicals derived from petroleum or natural gas. Used in the manufacture of detergents, polyester and nylon fibers, polythene and other man-made plastics. Natural gas. Natural gas is another fossil fuel, such as coal and petroleum, found under the crust of the earth above the layers of petroleum. It is obtained by pumping and brought through pipelines storage areas. It is highly inflammable in nature. It is a very important component for the world's energy supply. It is lighter than air and mainly consists of methane gas. The chemical formula for methane is CH4. It is a colorless, odorless and tasteless gas. Since it is odorless, so in order to detect gas leaks, a harmless but pungent odor that smells like rotten eggs is added to it as a safety measure. This odor helps in detecting leakages in pipelines and storage tanks. When natural gas burns, methane burns almost completely. Thus, it produces very little air pollution. It is one of the cleanest burning fuels and produces mostly heat, carbon dioxide and water vapor. Hence, it is said that it contributes to a cleaner and greener environment. Natural gas is compressed to a high pressure and stored in hard cylindrical or spherical containers for distribution. It is then known as compressed natural gas or CNG. One of the greatest advantages of using CNG is that it can be directly supplied through pipes into homes for cooking and heating purposes. Uses of natural gas. Natural gas has the following main uses. It is used as a domestic fuel for cooking food. It is useful in the manufacture of glass, steel, plastics, paint, and other products. It is the major source of electricity generation through the use of gas turbines and steam turbines. It is an alternative to petrol that is being used as a fuel for transport vehicles because it is less polluting. It is used in the production of ammonia and hydrogen. It is used as a primary material for the manufacture of a number of chemicals and fertilizers. Limitations of fossil fuels. Petroleum, coal, natural gas, etc. are natural resources but available in limited amount. Thus, it is necessary to use them judiciously. 1. Environmental hazards. Environmental pollution is one of the major disadvantages of fossil fuels. It is a well-known fact that carbon dioxide gas is released when fossil fuels are burnt, and it is majorly responsible for global warming. Rise in temperature of Earth has resulted in melting of polar ice caps, flooding of low-lying areas and rise in sea levels. If such conditions continue, our planet Earth might face some serious consequences in near future. 2. Acid rain. Sulfur dioxide is one of the pollutants that is released when fossil fuels are burnt and is a main cause of acid rain. Acid rain can lead to destruction of monuments made up of brickwork or marbles. 3. Coal mining dangers. Extracting coal from areas with huge reserves is not only a difficult and a dangerous task but also a health hazard to the lives of several workers who work here. Apart from this, coal mining destroys vast lands, which can result in ecological imbalance. 4. Affect human health. Pollution from vehicles and coal-powered power plants can cause serious environmental hazards. Pollution-related diseases range from mild to severe and can significantly affect one's quality of life. Air pollution can result in diseases such as asthma, dizziness, lung cancer, and headache. Long-term exposure may increase respiratory infections in the general population. Children and the elderly people are most vulnerable to fine particulate matter and other airborne toxicants. 5. Affect marine life through oil spills. Fossil fuels, being needed to be transported to their processing plants via land, air and water, poses a threat to the environment. The process can involve leaks in oil tankers or ships getting drowned deep under the sea that were carrying the crude oil to get refined. The crude oil contains some toxic substances, and when these are mixed up with water, they pose serious hazards to marine life by lowering down the oxygen content of water. 6. Non-renewable. As of today, fossil fuels are being extracted at an exorbitant rate to meet the gap between demand and supply, and it is estimated that they will be finished in the next 30 to 40 years. Since they are non-renewable, it is more likely that fuel expenses will face a steep hike in near future. It would take millions of years to replace coal and oil, and this means that we will not be able to drive cars anymore unless we switch to electric cars that use energy from renewable energy sources only. Conservation of natural resources. The Petroleum Conservation Research Association (PCRA) of India has some tips for people on how to save petrol diesel while driving. Switch off the engine of vehicle while waiting on traffic signals or at other places. Drive the vehicle at a constant and moderate speed. Ensure the correct tire pressure for low consumption of fuel. Ensure regular maintenance checks of the vehicle for less consumption of fuel. Choosing alternate forms of transportation saves on the fossil fuel used to run your car. Try to use public transport if your city offers a bus, train, or subway system. Walking or riding bicycle helps us to exercise and also saves fossil fuel. Use alternative and renewable sources of energy such as tidal energy, wind energy, and solar energy to meet our fuel and energy needs. Practice conservation at home. People can do simple things to decrease energy consumption. Energy consumption can be reduced by simply turning off lights when a room is not in use, replacing light bulbs with long-lasting fluorescent bulbs, and using air conditioners only when it is required. Energy-efficient appliances with the Energy Star label help to reduce the electricity we consume. This will reduce the usage of fossil fuels and also our electricity bill. Reduce the use of plastic. A lot of plastic uses fossil fuel in its manufacture, including the plastic bag. Plastics do not break down very easily, which create a landfill problem. In order to reduce the use of fossil fuels and improve the health of our ecosystem, saying no to plastic or using less of it is the best choice to make. One solution to the depletion of fossil fuel usage is to go green. Going green means living your life in a way that sustains current resources for future generations. Keywords: natural resources, naturally occurring substances that are considered valuable in their relatively unmodified, natural forms such as sunlight, air, water, soil, forests, wildlife, coal, petroleum, natural gas, and minerals. Fossil fuels, fuels formed by the natural decomposition of buried dead plants and animals under extreme heat and pressure over a period of millions of years. Carbonization, gradual process of conversion of dead vegetation into coal. Carboniferous age, period during which the process of coal formation takes place. Petrochemicals, chemicals derived from petroleum or natural gas.